I'm just going. Is it recording? Is it recording? Yeah, here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Squire Syndrome Podcast. I'm Ben Gilman. Happy April Fools. I'm joined by a man who loves RuPaul's Drag Race. That's an April Fools. It's Tom Hill.
I love RuPaul's what now?
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Have you ever heard spoken to me on this show? What the fuck?
Did you not hear the words? April Fool.
Oh, yeah, good point. Fair enough.
Okay.
My apologies.
Yeah, okay. I'm with a man who loves to watch. It's also a lie. It's Dan Raj.
Yes, I'd rather participate.
Okay. And I'm joined by a man who loves chocolate. Oh, wait, no, that's normal. It's Troy Salmon.
What's up, my charm faithful?
I wish that was an April Fool's. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, not bad, man.
Loving life so far. I'm doing good.
Okay. So today, I think we told you that we were going to do a Japanese TV special. That's gone up in flames until May due to timing. So, Dan, what's the idea for this week? Because you came up with it. You're the genius. Go for it.
Well, great. Big it up. Great. Okay, so everyone be prepared to be disappointed because today's theme for our wonderful special, you know the way we do these specials and we pick these amazing shows and go into so much depth on them, and they're shows that are worthy of us having a single show devoted to and a single podcast entirely talking about. Well, we're not doing that. We've literally just reached for the lowest hanging fruit and gone, oh, right, okay, we're recording on April 1st. Well, April Fools, everybody. Shows that trick or fool us.
When you say low hanging fruit, I thought testicles. I thought you were going there, but no. Okay.
Oh, well, then I tricked
My
and
mind always
fooled
goes
you,
to
Ben.
testicles. It doesn't matter what the conversation is.
Test is one of the most underrated vessels of all time. I was a testicle, okay?
Hey, Tesla was the man. That big boot was fire.
What, the Union?
That big boot was fire.
Oh, God, no. The Un-Americans. Yeah.
No, the Union was
some
awesome.
sort of like encyclopedia of pop culture or something, because you keep on skipping to the W section.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so, but how is everyone generally before we start this this special? How is everyone?
Genuinely, I feel good. Trust me, I'm actually. Usually, I'm kind of like drained when I come to the podcast, but I'm awake. I'm fully 100%. I'm with it. It's time.
Yeah, but you went the Energizer Bunny. You're depressed, mate. I mean,
with
you're
it,
always
see, that's how good I am. But this time, I'm like, I'm top. You know. Not today.
Okay.
No.
Is
Real
anyone
question
else
is,
scared that
how are
Troy
you,
has
Ben?
been kind
Real
of
question.
quiet in the past, then? If that's him not awake, what the hell are we going for?
I know that's me in subconscious mode. That's what's crazy.
I'm going to turn the headphone volume down just in case he goes loud today because it sounds like he's ready to go.
Yeah.
I just
Here,
also...
Troy, just for a minute before you do your bit, just for a minute, go listen to Marconi Union Weightless, would you?
Oh, Marconi Union Weightless. Okay.
Okay.
I'll check it
Oh.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't. It's a song that's proven to be so calming and so soporific that you're not allowed to listen to it while driving.
Oh boy.
Trust me, when I'm cooking breakfast tomorrow, I'm gonna be listening to that. Trust me.
Just hopefully not behind the wheel of a car. Brilliant.
Nah.
So.
Why would you be cooking breakfast behind the wheel of a car?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
we're not in America.
That is
Sorry,
very
Ben.
true. Let's be thankful for that. Let's be. Oh no! Hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm talking about vaccines.
Right now.
Anyway. Yeah, okay. Let's not go there. But let's move on quickly before the world burns. So I'm going to go first because reasons. I wanted to talk about two shows very quickly that lie to you. Well, Tom saw the future because he talked about the mole last time we were together.
The mole.
And I thought, That was the first show I went to, but I thought, God damn it, Tom's already had that one.
Yeah, you could
So-
still talk about it. You know the show and you've rewatched it since then. I'm guessing. So
I'm an original trailblazer, mate. So like,
This guy.
I'm not cocky. I'm just, Impractical Jokers.
damn good.
I wish, mate. I wish. Impractical Jokers, which
oh,
is
nice.
Oh, okay.
well, it has to be because technically it qualifies because it is fooling the people that they are talking to. They don't know what's coming. If you don't know what it is, it's a how would you describe it? It's basically
hidden
half an American. Yeah, it is with improvisation elements.
Basically,
There are
how to win
Joe.
alienate people.
That's true. It's got 4 Americans: Joe, Ma, Hugh,
Ma,
and
yeah.
Sal. Yeah. It's basically they do a challenge. They are thrown into a public setting. Always the public is involved.
hmm
They don't know what they're going to say until the other 3 guys. They all take turns. They don't know what they're going to say until the other 3 guys start talking. So literally, they have to say what the other guys are piping through the earphone.
Yeah, the basic idea is that they're trying to get them to, so that they won't say something, so that they lose. So they're trying to play on their.
They really
biggest-
go to dark places to try and make sure that they don't say things.
Well, to be honest, Joe has no filter, so it's really difficult to get him.
I mean, this is one of
I know
those
someone
shows that
like that. We all know someone like that. Say hi, Sammy.
This is one of those shows that I would rank in a. I cannot drink while I'm watching this show because it will say on my gravestone, died choking, laughing at Impractical Jokers. 'Cause it is some of the stuff they say just makes you go, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what is your favorite challenge from Impractical Jokers? Because it sounds like all 3 of you have heard of it.
Impractical Jokers.
Oh, now that's a hell of a question, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
just
to
hit
say
me with
I've
that.
heard of it, but I'm not actually a fan.
Okay.
It's something which I would watch, like. Oh God, is this sounding so? This is sounding incredibly privileged, but this is literally the only kind of places where I've watched this show, in airplanes, on long haul flights.
Now I know what you mean.
I remember what an airplane was a year ago.
No, I get what Dan's getting at because like even with me, sometimes it's not one of them shows I'd sit down like full attention type of show. It's one of the things that it'll be on. I'd watch it, but at the same time I'll be doing something else at the same time, going back and forth with it, watching it. That's one of the things of the show. But it's a good show otherwise. It's a good show.
No, I love it. The thing, I mean, I don't know if you're going to talk about this, Ben, but they tried to do a UK version of it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I can already feel my back arching up at that one.
But
Who was involved in it?
the problem is that the original American show, those 4 guys are all friends from school. It is a natural relationship.
And
The UK one, they tried to claim that all these people know each other, but blatantly they'd auditioned people in an attempt to find what they thought was going to be the wackiest combination.
Yeah.
And it just didn't have that feel. You know when those 4 in America are doing it, the number of inside jokes that they're doing just based on their history with each other makes it funny. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like my favorite. I think one of my absolute favorite challenges. I don't know if you ever saw this one, and it purely ties into the fact that I'm a wrestling fan. Is the one where they were in a mall trying to get a load of earphones untangled?
Yeah.
You ever see that one?
Yes, I have.
So they're trying to get a member of the public to help them untangle the earphones before somebody attacks them, and the 3 people that they had attacking were oh God, who was it? Bully Ray, Velvet Sky,
That was a
and
man I would never
Dream.
fuck with. Oh.
Yeah, and so they had to try and get the thing untangled before one of the wrestlers arrived and pulled their pants down in front of everybody.
Oh no.
And it's so good. I mean, we're all wrestling fans here, so all of us can appreciate who those guys are. And,
I can't find that now.
Like, seriously, It's easy to find on YouTube. Type in wrestlers on Impractical Jokers, you'll get it. Because
Okay.
Tommy Dreamer appeared like a few years earlier, beating the crap out of Q in a wrestling ring.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Classic. But I think why this show works, and I'm not being nasty about Americans here. I love American enthusiasm sometimes. If you did it in a British show, the amount of laughing and over the topness wouldn't be there. I think it's good that it's an American show because you need that kind of that energy.
Yes,
Americans are very good at that.
Did you see when they came to the UK and it was the American guys came and did a series in the UK?
Yes, I did.
That worked, but the UK version didn't. But them coming to the UK worked because there was the right amount of juxtaposition. But
yeah. I think we could do the Impractical Jokers UK.
Oh Jesus!
If anyone's listening, we are available.
honestly, that's not entirely a terrible idea. It's half a terrible idea.
But it's hard. The other half is really good, right?
Seriously, Dan, have you met me?
Tom.
Dan has definitely not met me, so.
Here's the thing. just judging off of Tom. Because really, honestly, I can't judge Ben or Troy on this one. But I can judge myself, who would be awful. And I can judge Tom, who would be the most Machiavellian, evil, sadistic, literally role-playing as the Marquis de Sade while sitting behind the scenes, forcing his friends into ever more shaming and
I'd be great at that stuff. I'd just be terrible at doing the challenge myself.
I would be tempted just to change the show a little bit, call it something different, change the formula for it, and just be an endurance test of who can withstand the public shame Tom will order them into.
Okay. Just Tom's the dark horse.
I think that you're putting me in a very bad light here, Dan.
No, I agree. Hang
on. Sorry, Tom. Is it inaccurate?
I didn't say it was inaccurate. I said you're putting
No, I agree with Dan. Now, I work with Tom. So there is a very cheeky boy aspect to him where he will throw you under the bus if he gets a chance.
But
I get
not
it.
in a bad way.
No. With a smile on his face.
Fucking hilarious, and he doesn't care that you get embarrassed for that because you're mates, so it doesn't fucking matter.
There's been some times he said some stuff to me in the office with like some witty comeback, and I've got nothing back to him.
No, just like, you've got to back off. It's like the statements sometimes have a physical presence.
Tom is one of the few people that can whoop my ass verbally because he doesn't ever get defeated. He's kind of annoying like that. But no, I'm joking. So, you know what? I think we should call it the Impractical Bastards. Because you know what? We would get censored because I know my mouth alone on this podcast over the last year.
Let's just go to a channel that won't censor us and call ourselves the Unfortunate Fuckers.
So Channel 5, basically.
Hello, Channel 4. I mean, I've had some unfortunate fucks in my time with it. Okay, let's not go there.
Let's leave that there.
Yeah, I'm parking it. See, but my comment time is on point. No, so anyway, this show. So Channel 4 or Channel 5, never ITV. We're happy to talk business. we want that job. I'm also very going to quickly talk about Would I Lie to You, which is BBC. Again, it's April Fool's. It's basically the one thing I found about this game. It's a game show. It's an English game show on BBC. It's about trying to uncover if someone's lying or not. They make a statement. It could be true or false. The team captains are David Mitchell and Lee Mack, very good comedians. There is one problem though watching this show. It's very funny, but they always lie, almost always. But it is quite funny because the other team will start interrogating them, and some of the stuff they come up with on the fly is amazing. So I know 9 times out of 10 they lie, but my God, it's amazing watching them lie, and you know they're lying. It's amazing.
Well, I actually love it when they're telling the truth because it's the most ridiculous truths most of the time. I mean,
Yeah, and you've got to make them sound like lies. So having
Yeah.
them sort of a lie in their presentation while telling the truth is
Yeah.
well, Bob Mortimer is the one who does it beautifully. You ever watch
very
a
satisfying.
compilation of him on Would I Lie to You? It is the most insane thing because he does batshit crazy things on the daily. It seems like,
He does.
That is
and
true.
then brings them to Would I Lie to You? And everyone goes, "Oh no, that's a lie." No, that's true.
Specifically so that he can keep doing that, I
Yeah,
guess.
but I think the one that got me was in the last series. He gave Damon Hill a pork pie on the day that he won the world championship in F1, and everyone, "Oh, that's got to be untrue," and it was completely true.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love it. Love it.
But yeah, quality show. I mean, out of interest, Ben, do you prefer when it was hosted by Angus Deaton or by Rob Brydon?
Oh, don't make me pick. Okay, I'm gonna say Rob Brydon, but I wish he was my dad, so that's fine. I love Rob Brydon. He's my favourite
You
guy.
wish Rob Brydon was your dad?
No, I just wish Rob Brydon.
Does your
I
mum
love my
get a
dad.
say in this or anything?
I love my dad. Hold on. He listens to. I love my dad, but if I was allowed to have a celebrity dad, Rob Brydon would be my dad. Done.
Is this kind of like a godparent, but just for like a high society?
Maybe.
My celebrity
Rob-
dad.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued who everybody else's celebrity dad would be now.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mine's easy.
Okay.
Run train every which way.
Cracker. And I'm going to make the joke here. You know why Tom's picked that because he looks like Hagrid. So that's a good pick right there.
No, it's because Robbie Coltrane's a fucking legend.
He's a legend.
And he looks like Hagrid. No.
No, it's because Robbie Coltrane's a Scottish legend.
He is a Scottish legend. He is. Let's be.
Funnily enough, like I would have to also pick a Scottish legend. I think Tom knows who I'm talking about.
I'm having a real mind blank. Go on.
It'd be more like he'd look more like my granddad at this point, but
Billy Connolly.
Aye.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Digging.
There's my granddad. Done. Okay.
Now we're just waiting on Troy.
Caroline Quentin would be my mum. Done. There's my happy family.
Okay, I'm gonna go Idris Elba. I'm going there. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh hell yeah! No! Solid shout.
Let's go.
Who's your mum?
Was a legend. Let's be fair.
Who's your mum?
Who?
Caroline Quentin's my mum. Who's your mum?
Helen Quentin. Oh, snap.
Christ, no idea.
Damn. Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm so prepared for this answer.
Yeah, man. Why are you so prepared?
No. I'm gonna sort that one out myself as well. I'm gonna say Joni Mitchell.
Good pick.
Nice.
Mm.
I'd quite like Victoria Wood. I've got to say.
Oh, bruv, that's a really good. She would be great.
By the way, if any of these celebrities are listening, these are actual unofficial adoptions we're willing to.
We're not going to knock on your door tomorrow saying hi. And also, Victoria Wood definitely is going to be okay here.
Yes.
She's not listening.
Definitely.
That's dark. No, I bet you she's listening from up there. I bet you they get free internet in heaven.
Well, if I have to pick somebody who's alive, then I'll go with Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, okay. Let's.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched the movie The Winchester the other day, the horror film. She's really good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, The Winchester.
Or is that Helen Mirren? Oh no, it's Maggie Smith. Yeah, right. What is it? Oh boy, I'm gonna have to hold on Wikipedia.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh dear. Well, these old white women get the same. What's wrong with
Sorry, Ben, can you please repeat that? I mean, not because I'm going to say anything else to you about it, just because somebody is going to want to clip that, and you maybe didn't get it the first time.
No, awesome.
Hold on, I'm saving my ass here. It is Helen Mirren. I was right. Brilliant.
Actually, you were wrong the first time, and then you got it right.
I corrected it before I checked Google. Thank God. Right.
It came out of nowhere. Ben, that was so savage.
Okay, I'm done. Right. That's me done.
I apologize to two fine actresses.
At least
on behalf of our shows, the person who is responsible for this show is initially his brainchild, along with Tom. I'm flabbergasted. I know that Helen Mirren is probably swearing a blue fucking blinder directly at Ben Gilman's face right now. There are curses flying. If the walls could peel, they'd be peeling.
And I would just like to point out that the opinions of Ben Gilman are not necessarily the opinions of
yes.
I would like to point out that Helen Mirren is mad at Ben Gilman, and she did. It's absolutely justified.
So she could do what Maggie Smith did instead, just Skype call me and call me a dick. That's fine.
That was Judi Dench.
Oh no!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Ben!
He did it again, Tom. He did it again.
Yeah, I'm going to walk away from this now. But at least I didn't go on panty sniffer. I wish I did. I totally forgot. No, at least I didn't call a panty sniffer or a sex fiend, which is pretty good. So, anyway, who wants next? Before let's put this out. The fire is on.
Okay.
Who wants the hot button?
Okay, who wants to go next? Because I can go if you want.
Okay.
I'm not full of that. All right. Okay, so I've got to get my last out. Okay, so the first one I got is literally just watched them like literally today. So you know, let me get catch up real quick. The Flight Attendant. So that is my first.
I don't know that one.
Oh my days! Oh my gosh, it's everywhere right now.
Oh, what?
The Flight Attendant.
Oh God, the Flight Attendant. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. My girl, you know, hey, my girl, Kaylee Cuoco, yo, hey.
Yeah.
Kaylee Cuoco. So good. I'll give her getting the last name wrong, it's annoying. But so good. She's like literally the star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can tell, the title, the Flight Attendant, she's the actual flight attendant. She's a party girl. And now and again she hooks up with certain people now and again when she's on a plane because that's the kind of person she is. She's kind of flighty, kind of like flirty.
She is serious alcoholic.
Yes, and she's alcoholic.
Hold up. So this isn't a hidden camera show on a plane where she tries to break up couples and takes them to the bathroom.
No.
No. Okay. Right. Okay.
This is a it's a black comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a black comedy type thing. You know what I mean?
It is absolutely quality.
It's flipping. Okay. It's so good. I only literally just saw the first episode, by the way.
You've only seen the first
episode? Have you seen, Tom? Have you seen any of it?
I've seen all of it. I was going to talk about it last week.
Yes, I'm loving this. Okay. Tom knows. All right. Okay, so the plot. This plot is crazy right now. So she finds this guy. He's what's his name? I can't remember his real name because he was on Game of Thrones.
He's the guy he played Darren Harris in Game of Thrones.
There we go. So
he's Dutch.
Yes. So
so she meets him in first class and basically starts flirting the shit out of him.
Yes. The heck out of him, kissing him up in the toilets, all that stuff. The stuff, the Mile High Club, stuff like that, blah 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 blah. But it doesn't even go that far because he gives her a card because the flight's over and he's got to go to Bangkok for a meeting. And he gives her a card and then she literally follows him down there. They have the time of their life. It shows her the sights, blah 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 blah, the usual stuff. I mean, those kind of romantic type settings, stuff like that. And then literally she's crashed out. She's blacked out. Then she wakes up and she sees a hand. The hand's bleeding. She got blood in her hands, and she turns around, and he's dead. Not cut.
Hold on. I had a really good It's That Time of the Month joke.
Oh, Ben, what the heck?
Damn it.
Do it,
Ben,
do it.
there was no need to go there.
There you go, my days, Ben, you savage. But yeah, so she's this guy there, literally, she don't know what's going on. She's panicking throughout the rest of this episode. Now, loved every second of it. It reminds me of anyone seen iZombie?
Yes. I love the comic as well. Yes, I'm with you.
Show so flipping good. Love that show.
Yes.
But from time to time, she's seeing things. Things are coming to life. She might look at a picture, and some picture might come out and start looking at her, or even talking to her. Stuff like that happens. And she's talking to the dead guy.
She's having serious alcohol hallucinations.
Yeah, literally, she's got some problems. She's alcoholic, literally down in vodka, literally every second. Like literally, it's crazy.
Wow. It sounds like Jessica Jones.
Trust me, it gets worse, Troy. Huh? Her alcoholism gets so bad in this show.
Worse than that.
Oh, trust me, it gets pretty bad.
Oh, I can imagine. If it gets worse than that, I feel sorry for her. She must be dead by the end of the season.
It's got some amazing actors in this show. I mean,
so good.
You've obviously only seen the first episode, so you haven't really seen all the cast that are going to come out in this. But one of the main ones, who is one of your big suspects for being the person who killed the guy in the bedroom.
No. You're talking about what I think you're talking about.
I'm talking about Michelle Gomez.
Yes, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I love Michelle Gomez.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You kind of get a glimpse in the first episode. You get a glimpse of her, but you don't really see her.
You get a glimpse of her in the first episode, and she is through the whole series, and she is an assassin, but you kind of don't know if she's the one who killed this guy or not.
Yeah.
Because
she's my mad auntie. Yeah,
as soon as I heard that voice, I knew it was her. She was, yes, let's have a meeting going. I was like, oh my, it was her. That's her.
Yes, yeah.
Out his entire extended celebrity family.
But yeah, so she is class anyway. She's an amazing actress.
She's oh my.
But the name of the guy who you're thinking of is Michael Huseman.
Yes.
Is he very huge?
What?
Oh,
for God's sake!
Oh my God! Oh my! Here we go. Okay, so and literally her friends on the plane are so funny. The thing is, the supporting cast is so good though.
Yeah, it's that woman from White Men Can't Jump, isn't it?
Yeah, she's on there. Yes. What's her name? Yeah, Michelle Gomez. There we go. Michelle Gomez. Not Michelle Gomez.
That's Michelle Gomez.
Mary Merle. What's her name?
Zosha Mamet.
No, which get her name? I think it's her. I think it's.
Was it Rosie Perez?
There we go, Rosie Perez.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez. Literally, White Man Can't Jump. She's so good. I think she was on Birds of Prey as well. She was in that as well.
I haven't seen Birds of Prey, so she may have been. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in that as well. She was probably one of the best parts of that movie. That movie was.
Well, if she's in it, then she'll have been quality. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, she was on it as well, and her friends. Especially that girl. I can't remember.
Trust me, she's got a dark backstory as well. You will enjoy this.
Yo, my gosh, they're on her all the time on the plane. Oh, so good, so good.
Try and get this watched by the time we record next week, and I will bring it. And the two of us will talk about the Flight Attendant.
Please. This is. I was hooked. First 5 minutes, I was hooked.
Try and watch the rest of it. It's only 8 episodes. Go for it and try and get it done by next week, and we will talk.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna breeze through this. Trust me, I'm gonna destroy it. But literally, this is how addicted the show is, guys. By the way, that's why I love talking about this. Even if this is one episode I've seen.
But also, it does tie in with the kind of the kind of deception idea of today's show, in that it's all misdirection. Yeah. You've got 4 or 5 different characters could be doing it, and you're completely wrong for a long time in this show.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was that interrogation scene in episode 1. I was like, I bet it's one of these people. Someone's dodgy here.
It's all about dishonesty and playing. Nobody is quite what they seem.
Exactly, but the thing is, in that first episode, when you see a flashback of her and her dad shooting like a deer or whatever it was, I was like, is she some kind of sleeper cell? Don't say anything, Tom. I was thinking this whole time, I was like, she's probably some kind of sleeper. I'm putting my head right now.
I'm saying nothing, man. I will let you watch it and we will discuss it next week.
Okay, for sure. So this is a HBO Max show, funded by show, by the way, Warner Brothers. I think it's on
It's on Sky Atlantic.
Sky Atlantic. There we go. I knew it was Sky, but then which part of Sky? So yeah,
I think it's Sky. It could be Sky One. I don't know.
I think it's Sky, I think it's been on Sky One as well. Like they're showing trailers on
yeah.
Sky One as well, but
It's
I think
definitely
on Sky
available on
Atlantic too.
Sky.
Yeah, but Sky.
So she's
yeah,
got
there
to
you go.
go
So
to Bangkok for some meeting. That's Dan's joke. He's put in the
Oh, dear,
WhatsApp
oh,
group.
dear,
I'm
oh,
just going to
dear,
stick
oh,
that there. Dan Rudge, copyright. Yeah.
Yes, thanks for that, Dan.
Oh, Dan, I knew Dan was gonna come here at some point saying the Bangkok.
It's a good line, though.
Yeah, it's a good. Like, trust me, Flight Attendant surprised the heck out of me. I was like,
Yeah, it is
oh,
good.
let me see my girl from Charmed real quick.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Charmed, drop that in real quick, you know.
To be fair, I did drop in the introduction.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's why. So yeah,
damn it.
You opened the door, you know. I just stepped in, you know.
See, that's the thing. I'd always say she's the girl from Big Bang or 8 Rules.
Big Bang, but for me,
Simple
it's
Rules.
the charm love right there. That charm love. But yeah, she was so, you know what, she's so good in the show because expressions, because you see her in certain shows, she kind of does the same kind of expressions because you're most of the thing you see. But in this show, she's very emotive. In the show, I was surprised by how good she was.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's really good, really good. I had to clap. I got to give her a clap. Great performance.
Absolutely.
So good. And perhaps I'm gonna be more surprised ongoing too throughout this whole show. I'm guessing it's gonna be good. So that's the first one. So part 2. Okay, so we have the Money Heist, aka La Casa de Papel.
Oh, sorry, you what?
Money Heist, Netflix.
Money
so,
Heist.
House of
Okay.
Paper, La Casa de Papel. It's a Spanish show.
Yes.
Really
I'm
good.
sure Alex will be really.
I know. I was like, I'm trying to get Alex. I was like, I'm actually going to sneak in.
Alex is going to. I know Alex is talking about it, so we're going to have to be. Yeah. We're going to have to put the bad news. Oh, boy. Cheers, Troy.
Trust me. So good. Trust me. Okay, so this show starts off with a girl called Tokyo because they have nicknames, but there's an actual real name because this is the first episode thing as well. So just like Flight Attendant. So I've seen the first episode of this, and trust me, this show is tight. It's kind of like how would I say describe this show? They try and rob the Bank of Spain. They go by code names. I think there's like 6, 7, or 8 of them.
So it's Reservoir Dogs in Spain.
Reservoir Dogs / Ocean's 11 type of thing going on. But it's so good. Go Tokyo. She meets up with this guy because she's on the run. She did a failed bank heist a couple of years ago, and cops have invaded her parents' home, and her mom was literally going to dub her in because they were threatening her. So then she realized she was going to go home, but then someone called the professor. He's like the leader of this whole group, the brains behind the operation. He sees her. Obviously, she's skeptical at first because she sees this random guy telling me about this. Cops are at your home, blah, 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 blah. So then that's when they actually meet up. They do this slow motion superhero, that's Suicide Squad type walk to this random abandoned house. And then the professor is like basically laying down the groundwork for this bank heist. I think it's like 2.4 billion euros. Apparently, that was in the Bank of Spain. And oh my god, the way they break this down, like there's a father and son combination. 2 brothers. As a guy, as a programmer, so you obviously get the archetypes in this type of show. But the way they did it reminded me, the way they filmed it and shot this show, it reminded me of Guy Ritchie. The way it was shot, like, the editing, the jump cut, stuff like that. So it reminded me. But it's really good. Trust me. If anyone has seen any episodes or even because you must have heard of it, obviously. But when you've seen any episodes of it,
I mean, Netflix is always promoting it really heavily.
bro.
Like it's something that I've added to my list because it's a Netflix original. I've heard good things about it. I'm looking forward to watching it.
So trust me, it's, oh my god, so good. Alex Pena, he created this. He's created some that's good stuff, especially in Spain. He's like legend over there. He basically co-produced The Crown, so he's got that kind of behind him as well, and White Lines, a few other stuff as well over there. But he's solid. He's a solid guy, creator, good director, I should say. But as I said before, this show basically the professor laid down some ground rules as well. So you got little stuff that's in this throughout the show as well, throughout this episode. You can't kill. Also, literally, we can't be the heroes. So the professor's role is to like make these guys the heroes, even though majority of the people in his team are villains. And the code things that happens is so good as well. Like someone's called Berlin, someone's called Tokyo. As I said, she's the main character, Tokyo. You got Rio. You got others. I think Rio's the one that she likes in the show, in the episode.
Right.
No relationships throughout this. Little rivalries that you got to remember, and they kind of unravel throughout the show. And apparently, they're trying to find this girl. I don't know why. It hasn't been explained yet. There's this girl, or the school girl, that they got to find. Apparently, she's the key to all of this. To this heist.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently she's like key, so she's kind of like a something they've got to try and get past or complete. But one of them gets shot, so that's where the kind of thing turns on its head, and people start.
With the word Riho and school child, you make it sound like it's a Japanese Netflix original.
Japanese Netflix original.
It does, though, doesn't it? Okay. I'm just going to go back in my corner.
Why did you just bring up Rio? What the heck?
I know, because I'm awesome. That's why. You just
This
can't handle
guy.
it.
I just had to slide it in there. That's like Rio. But yeah, this show is so good. Oh my gosh. You have to watch this show. I've always wanted to watch this show, but I haven't actually done it yet. I just said, let me just bang it out real quick. Let me just watch this show. Because I hear good things about it. People tell me to watch it. I haven't watched it in ages, and I should have. But yeah, I love my Spanish. I'm a Spanish horror guy as well, so that kind of got me into it as well. I like my foreign stuff, foreign shows.
Okay.
So yes, this is another one, another hit. Flight Attendant, Money Heist, W all day, every day. There we go.
I have to say, you've really stepped up at the beginning of this podcast. You were absolute trash.
What do you mean?
But now you've really picked it up. Actually, I think adding Dan to this podcast has made you raise your game. Yeah, I've said it. Well done.
You're welcome.
Man, what are you talking about? I've always been great. Just haven't noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my two. Flight Attendant, Money Heist. W. Everyone go see it now.
Dan, are you back? Okay, so your thing that you put in the group chat I brought up, I'm just thinking that was you getting your food, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I made a Bangkok for a meeting joke on the flight attendant because I thought you were making a joke. So, yeah, behind the scenes, Dan's just gone to get food. I've completely just blown the curtains open on this podcast.
Yeah.
Exposure.
Breaking the fourth wall.
I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall,
What an
Ben. Careful.
asshole.
Careful, Ben.
What an asshole. Right. Sorry. Who's going next?
I'll go next. Or
No, go for it, man.
Do it.
all right. Well, today I wanted to do a quick recap on a certain series of television shows, which I think if we're going to talk about people getting fooled and fooling people, you have to include in the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Which are the Derren Brown TV specials.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, Derren Brown is a mesmerist, sort of stage magician, mind tricker kind of guy. He likes to do a lot of like cold reading and a lot of very intricate tricks and figure out the intricate, like the deeper functionings of the human brain and how to manipulate and exploit it. And he's an incredibly clever and quite scary dude. Also, apparently, a complete sweetheart as well.
So are you covering all of it or specific areas of his specials?
I like his Russian roulette one.
I'm starting with Apocalypse.
Okay, but I'm just wondering, are you covering all of them? Or because you do realise there are approximately 32 shows he's put on TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to try and cover all of that within this?
No, I'm just going to say, look, here's a snapshot of what these things are a bit like
Okay.
by covering the first one.
No, fair enough. Go for it, man.
And leave
This wasn't
absolutely
me trying to pull you
everything
apart or
else,
anything.
other than asking you guys about whether you have any favorites or anything else. I'm going to talk about the first one.
Okay.
Apocalypse.
Russian roulette.
Apocalypse.
No, Apocalypse wasn't the first one.
Was it not?
No, Apocalypse was. Wait a minute. Da-da-da-da-da.
Google. Great content. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay,
Apocalypse.
Let's leave that because Apocalypse was the first one I watched.
Right, Apocalypse was 2012. Russian
okay.
Roulette was 2003.
All right.
So I love Apocalypse, and
So good.
seriously, go with that because it's awesome.
There's this thing that basically is started off like there's always a bit of a philosophical, bit of an intellectual spin to what Derren Brown does. It's part of the mystique and part of his thinking process. So it starts off with this quote from Epictetus.
Yep.
Hepatitis.
Epictetus.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
You see, your jokes were improved since the beginning, though, Ben.
No WWE references here. We're talking about ancient philosophers.
Okay, cool.
Both of them probably were quite tanned and didn't wear very much, but it's two very different pastimes. And the quote
Definitely different. Yeah.
quote is, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." And this sets the entire tone for Apocalypse. It starts off with a selection procedure. Someone is being searched for. We need a specific personality type. Entitled, I'd basically say. Taking life for granted, very sort of selfish, self-aggrandizing. And through this, they find this 21-year-old dude called Stephen. They put hidden cameras around his home. They show his lifestyle. And then Derren Brown talks about what he's about to do to him. He's going to give him the illusion that the world is ending, that there's been an apocalypse, that there's a meteor shower, which is going to hit the Earth. To this end, a whole pile of things happen, which Derren Brown lets you in on. His mobile phone, Stephen's mobile phone's nicked. There's lots more broadcasts being made about the Perseids. The collision is explained, and then it's said that there's some kind of virus on meteors, and like things are being ramped up in terms of the terror. And things interfering with electronics. Stephen's van doesn't start. And he's led towards believing all of these things being real.
And I think you should add in here that his family are in on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And are helping for this to happen.
Everyone else is in on it.
Yeah.
It's just him that isn't. It builds to a climax. They take him away from his home by promising some sort of concert trip. And there's a coach which breaks down. Explosions occur around the bus. There's a whole pile of like all over the place. And in all of this, Derren Brown manages to actually hypnotize Stephen. And Stephen is basically like under Derren Brown's control. He's led to a medical center. Then he's put into a sort of 28 days later starting scenario.
Yeah, awesome.
Where suddenly he's in a completely abandoned medical unit. And there's just this repeating news broadcast. And then he starts finding other people, and they start telling him the story. I don't even want to say from there, because that, like, this, I just want to point out that this is sort of, we were talking about Jonathan Creek.
Mhm.
We had a special about it recently, right?
Yeah.
And if we're talking about people who are like Jonathan Creek, the first person who comes to mind for me is Derren Brown. I don't know who it is for anyone else, but he is taking us into a dumbed down version of what he does. And it's still fascinating, tough to follow, and a really worthy journey to go on.
Ooh, yeah.
And even while you are watching along while someone is being fooled and you're vicariously experiencing that, I guarantee you there's something which Derren Brown is doing to you that you are not noticing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which of the specials you watch. It doesn't matter if you watch all of them. And I guarantee you'll enjoy all of them if you watch them. It is very compelling television.
It draws you in. Definitely draws you in. That's everything. That's why I love watching his stuff, man. It's like captivating. I love it.
You are going to walk away with something mind-blowing or something which you can't stop thinking about.
Dan, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Darren Brown, I love him personally. A lot of people think he's very polarizing. I know a lot of people that hate him, and I know a lot of people were hoping he would blow his brains out with Russian roulette live on television when he did that special with the one bullet in the chamber. Why do you think he's so polarizing for a lot of people?
I think a lot of people don't like they look at what he's doing with tension and they see it as being scare and shock tactics.
Yeah.
And I honestly think it's because those people have very delicate dispositions about these sorts of things. I'm not blaming them for that. Maybe the ones that are supremely judgmental about it and are like, shouldn't be allowed, should probably, sit down and shut up. But like, this is what it is. If you're going to go in and you're going to watch Derren Brown, you're going to be prepared to have your mind absolutely turned inside out, scrubbed raw, and then chucked back into your brain, possibly backwards, but don't worry, it'll rearrange itself within a week. This isn't something you want to get, oh, look, I need something to completely numb out and just sit in front of a TV and just stare at for a while and not have. Look, I can recommend a lot of things which are great for that and really well-made shows that are perfect for that. This isn't one of them. This is one where you will concentrate, you will think that you're in on the joke, you will think you have got it all, and you will have the rug swept out onto your feet. My personal favourite one is probably The Heist.
The Heist is awesome.
Yeah.
Although I've got to say, Evening of Wonders is probably my favourite.
Oh, even the wonders. Oh.
Yeah. They're like really, really close.
Because Evening of Wonders is the one where he manages to get off stage without anybody noticing and come back on in a gorilla suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. You need to watch it to understand what I mean, but Brilliant.
And he is coming back to the stage.
Is he?
Yep, he's got a live tour for later in 2021 and 2022.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm going.
Called Showman. And I'm sure that's going to lead to another TV special as well.
Awesome.
And yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about today. That's all I wanted to talk about today. If you want a show that's about fooling people and tricking people, I don't think there's a better example of it being used in the real world. If you know what I mean, with non-acted people.
True.
So there you go.
Nice.
I like it. Impressive.
And yeah, I'm gonna tag out. And Tom.
Yeah. Okay.
You tag in?
Okay. trying to decide. The show that I'm going to bring up is one that I've actually already brought to the podcast before, but it fits so perfectly with the brief that I felt like I needed to bring it back because it's such a good show anyway. And that is BBC's Hustle.
Okay.
Come on, it fits the brief. It's a show all about pulling the wool over people's eyes, and especially the audience's eyes, because you're following the story and then suddenly it gets completely swept out from under you. It is such a good show. The casting is top notch, and it's like shiny and brilliant. They put more money into that than most TV shows. They use techniques from films rather than TV shows to make it look that special. And it's just, for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically the story of following a group of con men as they destroy lots and lots of people who deserve to be destroyed. And it's just, I'm not going to say very much about it because I've already spoken about it before, but it has a stellar cast. Mark Warren, Adrian Lester, I'm trying to think of his bloody name, Robert Vaughn, Jamie Murray. All of these guys are freaking amazing.
Legends. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Robert Vaughn especially. I mean, I don't know if you know the story of Robert Vaughn. He literally was contacted the day before filming started and asked if he'd come and join the cast. And he flew in from America and started filming a day later.
Wow.
Literally, they wanted him, but they didn't think they could get him. And then they approached him and he went, yeah, all right.
This is why I always love that guy, man. This guy, he's down for it. If you've got a good script, he'll do it.
Well, because Robert Vaughn, he'd actually seen the script months earlier and said he was interested, and then they just hadn't approached him over it. And then with a day to go, they suddenly went, oh, we need to speak to Robert Vaughn. And Robert Vaughn, yeah, I'll do it. Jamie Murray was pretty much an unknown when this show started. I think it's probably the reason why she left after the 4th season is because she'd already become bigger than the show by that point. Mark Warren was pretty well known by that point. He'd done Band of Brothers and a few other things by this point and was brilliant. And Adrian Lester is a flipping brilliant actor. He's a fantastic stage actor who just, he embodies that confidence that's needed to be the leader of this group of people so well. And one of the things I love about this show is the whole idea was that it's a show that you don't need to have seen all the episodes before. Each episode, you could watch it in isolation and get the story of it. You wouldn't need to see it. It's good if you did watch the whole thing, because then you understood the relationships a bit better, but the relationships were not the necessity of it. Every week you could drop in and out quite easily and not feel lost. Yeah. Which is one of the good things. It's also one of the difficulties of writing it. When you're trying to write a linear show, but have it so that a person can dip in and out without feeling lost. So it's tricky. I mean, there are issues with the show. It sometimes stretches credulity a little bit with some of the things that just happen to go their way, but for the most part, it is absolute genius. And after the first season, the job got much harder for the writers because then the audience know kind of the format and they know what the writers are going to try and do.
Yeah, true.
So then it's trying to trick them when they already know what's coming. It's trying to find a way of doing it, and they do it beautifully. I mean, I think it's the 3rd season has one of my favorite episodes where Mickey and Danny, the two main characters, have 6 hours to do as much conning against each other as humanly possible, and has started out by being dropped off naked in central London, and have 6 hours to try and make as much money and things as they humanly possibly can. That's one of the best episodes of the show. So good, so clever. And yeah, I mean, I've said a lot about this show before, so I want to know what you guys think.
No, one of the best shows I've ever seen. So that was one of my early heist shows. Literally, that was my favorite heist show at the time.
Yeah,
I was watching it. So good. The editing, the tricks, man, the acting. I love the actors. So
yeah,
I don't mind. Yeah.
Go on, Ben.
I literally watched Hustle off of your DVD collection, Tom. So
what was it?
Yeah, Dan basically borrowed my DVDs and watched Hustle. Yeah,
I love it. I love Mark Warren.
Yeah.
Like, he's underrated. He never gets the respect he deserves. He's always played bit parts and a lot of stuff. He's a fantastic actor.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's weird.
I don't know.
Adrian,
I think he steals the show in just about everything he's in.
Yeah, he's so good.
Adrian, what's the
Lester.
Lester. He's really underrated as well. He's really good. He's a good actor.
So many.
Then there's the brother of Gene Hunt in it. I can't remember his name.
Are you referring to Robert Glenister by any chance?
Yeah, that's it. The pasty surname. That's the one. He's really good.
Morgan.
Yes, he's really good. It's a good show. I don't think it ever outsays its welcome. It's a good show.
The one thing that I think they did really well was, obviously, after season 3, Adrian Lester's diary didn't allow him to do season 4, so they changed it around a bit and put Mark Warren as the head of the group. And then after season 4, Jamie Murray, I think, to be honest, didn't want to do the show anymore. Mark Warren did want to do the show, but was committed to other things. And Adrian Lester agreed to come back. So they then took out Danny and Stacey's characters and brought in 2 new, which was Emma and Sean Kennedy. And they managed to seamlessly... It didn't feel forced. You know, you knew they'd replaced the cast, but it didn't feel unusual. They did it so well that it just smoothly continued, and it gave it a whole new lease of life for seasons 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then, not wishing to put spoilers on it, but in the last episode of season 8, you got Mark Warren and Jamie Murray both came back for the very, very last episode ever. And were brilliant.
But funny story, by the way. Funny story, by the way. You know, Matt D'Angelo, Sean Kennedy's character. Yep. Him. I saw in college. When I was in college, I went to the BBC one time. We said, "You know where the toilets? Do you know where the toilets are?" They were like, "Yeah, toilets are down there." So it was in the same cubicle. I was like, "What the hell?" He literally just finished going to the toilet, came out. I saw him, and then he's nodded my head, and I nodded my head back to him, and then that was it. It's so weird.
Nice.
It was just a conversation. It's like, yeah, what's up? So I should watch EastEnders, isn't it? That's what he was on. So
yeah.
At the time, so that's when I saw him from then. So I was like, yeah. So just a little funny story right there.
But you know what? He's actually a better actor than people give him credit for.
Yeah, exactly. He's another one.
True. I've got a BBC toilet story very quickly. I was helping in 2000 to get the educational website working. I was a college student. I was asked to come and check it out. And I met Noel Edmonds in the toilet. And the only thing I could say as a 16-year-old Ben to sound cool was, "Mr. Brobby here, what the fuck was that all about?" And he looked scared of me.
Not that this should now become the theme of this show, but I can also add a toilet story.
Oh my god!
I was in the cubicles next to Hugh Laurie, and he was one of the nicest people. Like, really chatty. It's just...
Wow.
But yeah, such a nice bloke. I mentioned Blackadder to him, and he was like, "Oh, thank you," and then chatted to me for like 5 minutes. Outside, when walking along the corridor, he and I were walking along the same corridor, and he was quite happily chatting to me. I must have been about, I don't know, 15, 16. And yeah, absolutely, such a nice man.
Dan, do you have a good pissing story?
Maybe another time.
Dan's now going to start stalking celebrities so he can add I met them in the toilet story.
Next week, we'll tell you who we've had a shit.
I do have one actually, but it's not really a toilet story.
Go on.
Regularly, the backstage of the Empire would host Sarah Millican's or Paddy Keelty's or any of the like the Dara O'Briens and the Ed Burns and all of this lot. And I was always working at the Empire like at least 2 times a month whenever there was a comedy show on. I either had a 10-minute spot or I had the opening spot. So there was quite a lot of times where we'd be hanging around backstage at the Empire, which was literally a series of almost like soccer, like really cheap soccer stadium-like changing rooms and toilets.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was just what we had to hang out in. It wasn't used as a toilet at all. There was no plumbing in any of the toilets. The plumbing of the sinks was still going. There was another set of toilets down the way. But the toilets were still there and used as chairs and had cushions on them.
So you hung out with Patrick Kilty, basically.
Okay.
Nice.
No, Paddy Kilty hates me.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Oh wow.
Well, you stole his shtick.
Stick.
Not on purpose.
Okay. So, Hassel.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only one that I was going to really ring today. But the other one I was going to mention, I've already once again mentioned, but it seemed very sensible, and I will just say it again because it's that fucking good. Watch Penn and Teller fool us in Vegas. Don't care if you're interested. If you're interested in fooling and that kind of stuff, Penn and Teller are the feckin' masters. Go and watch it. That's all I have to say on
spell
it.
that for me later? Cheers.
What's that?
You can spell that for me later.
What, fool us in Vegas?
Yes, because you know, I'm only one man.
Have you got low batteries or something?
No, I'm just enjoying listening to you guys talk today. I'm a bit lazy.
No, fair enough, man. But yeah, I've said it before. Fool Us is a show where Penn and Teller give magic acts the opportunity to come and perform for them, and if they can't work out how the trick was done, they give them a spot in their show. It's an awesome opportunity for shitloads of magicians,
Yeah.
and performers and illusionists to get a shot that they might never get otherwise from one of the biggest double acts in magic in the world.
So good.
And I just absolutely love the fact that they do it, and the fact that the trophy that they give to people if they do fool us just has the letters FU on it. Absolutely love that.
So, I have an email.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. So it's Derek from Newcastle, which I think we've had before, if I'm correct.
I believe so.
Yes. He does want to know what is the most disappointing ending to a show that started well, and I think Lost definitely.
You can't use Lost. That's just too much of an open goal, man. Pick something else.
I know it's got a wider goal than Essex women's vaginas. I know, but Lost is my pick.
Oh wow.
The opinions of Ben Gilman are not necessarily the opinions of Square Eye Syndrome.
Yes, I love my Essex people. I got a lot of friends in Essex, so
Yeah.
sorry, guys. Sorry.
They're the only good people.
They're nice, really nice people.
You're going too far the other way, Ben.
Thank you. No, I will behave myself. I don't know. I always found Misfits kind of fizzled out. It was really good the first two.
Yeah, Misfits is a good one.
Yeah, but it was always good. But it wasn't when they replaced.
Yeah, the ending was whack. Yeah, to me.
You know when they replaced Rudy with the Irish guy, that wasn't when it went wrong. It's after season 3, because all the replacements for the whole cast, because something happened. Season 3, everyone left. They never recovered after that. There was just something.
Me, I was done with the show. I was like, I couldn't watch. I just got through it. I slogged through it. I couldn't.
It was the casting for Misfits that let it down. The writing was still good, but the characters weren't good. It wasn't Rudy. Rudy was always good. He was. I'm trying to think of the Irish character's name. Robert Sherman's character. What's his name? Dickhead. Yeah, Dickhead. Dickhead was replaced by Rudy, by Joe Gilligan, who's really good in Preacher. But the rest of the cast got replaced, and they never, unlike Being Human, they didn't get away with it. So that's my pick, Misfits.
Oh, Misfits. That's a great pick.
I've got to say Firefly.
Ooh.
Well, that was because Firefly got cancelled. That's
Yeah,
kind of
cancelled. Yeah, that literally.
that's a little bit harsh.
No,
Yeah,
but
you can't really say cancelled. Yeah, yeah.
here's the thing. I actually love Serenity,
Mhm.
but I love it as its own movie.
It's a standalone thing. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's so strong as its own movie, it doesn't feel like it wraps up anything satisfactory, like in a satisfactory way for the TV show. I love it as a movie. I love having anything to do with Firefly in my life. But I'm still disappointed in the ending of this TV series being in that movie and having to be sort of all the other questions have to be answered within this very set time limit, and we don't have more series to work on this, so it's just got to come to a head now.
Yeah.
If that could have been extrapolated across 2 more seasons instead, if it could have been extrapolated even across 1 more season instead, it would have been a much more decent ending because they needed more detail.
Hmm.
Okay.
So what's yours, Tom? What's yours?
So that's tricky, man, because lots of shows are kind of disappointing when you get to the final thing. You built it up so much about how it's going to end, but I mean, the obvious one is Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I was gonna say Game of Thrones, but I'm gonna pick an obscure one. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah. So Game of Thrones is obviously the obvious choice, but
Yeah.
there's loads of shows that, I mean, obviously I was recently talking about Castle Rock.
Oh yeah.
Now that for me, they went, oh, we always intended to just do 2 seasons, but the ending didn't make it feel that way. It felt like it was setting up for another season.
Yeah, they're happy. Yeah,
So even though there's some level of self-containment to each season of Castle Rock, I felt like it was a good ending to the series. It was a shit ending for the whole show.
Yeah, overall it was weak.
Yeah, so it's a weird one because the ending was brilliant, but not
the story.
To end it all.
Overall story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say The Walking Dead seems to be heading that way with it not being nowhere near as good
I'm
as it
still
was.
watching Walking Dead. Yeah.
Let's not judge The Walking Dead.
That's still going on. Okay, I'm gonna say Joss Whedon's Dollhouse for me.
Ooh,
it was never good to begin with.
I love Dollhouse. So good.
Yeah, but Troy, you love Charmed, so
good. Dollhouse. Love that.
But can 2 seasons really constitute a proper fall from grace?
So good. No, because the premise was getting so good and then just flipping fizzled out towards that.
Yeah, but that got cancelled. It means.
I've got another suggestion for you.
Go on.
Pick either season or both. Titans. Could have been so good if you just actually gotten your balls together and actually
Titans, yes,
on either of those seasons.
Oh, is that DC's Titans? Okay. Yeah.
Titans, yeah.
I will avoid it.
Could have completely, like, there's a lot of sins in those shows, but you could have completely forgiven all of them if they just pulled the trigger.
Exactly. Okay, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Titans got so much potential. Oh my gosh, so much potential.
Okay. Anything else in the email?
He just said, keep up the good work. Hoping to see more of Alex, who's back next week. What is hold on. I know 3/4 of the syndrome are Japanese TV specialists in some way. How the fuck is Tom going to survive the Japanese TV special?
That's what he said.
Tom has picked a show that he found on Netflix that is a Japanese show from earlier this year and is currently watching it and trying to understand as much as possible. I've also started reading the comic that it's originally based on as well to try and get a real understanding of it.
So
I think I know what it is, Tom. I think I know what it is.
Next week, Tom, I explain to you
for your efforts.
Next week, we'll explain to Tom what Pokemon is. It's going to be fun. No.
And I was around when Pokemon freaking started, mate.
Oh, by the way, before we go, I have spent the time productively. I have now got my entire fantasy family. Are you ready?
Oh,
Go on.
God's sake.
So my aunties will be Michelle Gomez and Olivia Colman. Caroline Quentin is my mum. Rod Brydon is my uncle. Peter Capaldi is my father. David Tennant would be an older brother. Phoebe Waller-Bridge would be younger sister. Billy Connolly is my granddad. Judy Dench is my grandmother. And Jenna Coleman is my celebrity wife, my future wife, yeah.
I pity them all. I pity every last one.
It's nice to know how much attention you've been paying to the rest of the show, Ben.
Wow, exactly. Writing it down.
I'm listening.
On a completely different note, just because it is April Fool's and because, we like to educate. And because Tom has mentioned a show which did educate us on something which stuck with me ever since. I just wanted to put forward from Hustle the rules of the com. Find somebody who wants something for nothing, then give him nothing for something. You can't cheat an honest man. Never give a sucker an even break. Feed the greed. Always give the mark an out. It's all in the detail. Always look out for number one. Always have a plan B. It's not just about the money. Don't have anything in your life you can't walk away from in a second. And we always take care of our own.
Well done. Well done. I like that. Well done.
That
was good. That was amazing.
Yes, I can read lists really well.
Yeah, great reading, Dan. I admire that. I admire it.
Lovely done. You didn't stumble one. Okay.
Well
So,
done.
yeah, that's it. Would you guys like to promote some stuff? Pour yourself out?
Hey, who's gonna chill? Who's gonna chill?
Dan is our mega shill, so Dan, go for
Chill
it.
King.
Down that street corner and put your ass out into the car. Go do it. Stick your ass out as fast as it will go. Show them the money, the sugar. Go for it.
I'm going on strike. I want better working conditions.
Something that Tom always hopes for whenever he has to work with me in the office, right there. Safer working conditions. Right.
Oh, God. No chill.
Go ahead. Dan, it's all yours.
Dan, it's all on you.
Did you think I was just joking?
Okay.
I'm on strike.
Right.
Dan trolled us. He trolled us.
Dan crossed the line. Dan's decided to go on strike. It's absolutely fine. Tom,
anything to chill?
Yes.
do the email and all that stuff.
Yeah. Square-eyed syndrome at 2020 at gmail.com.
Bang. Send an email to Tom because he's very lonely. So next week we're back with a normal episode of Alex back in the house. I have been asked by someone earlier about the various podcasts we're doing. I think you'll hear from me and Troy soon, in a couple of weeks, maybe Monday, about certain things. We're working on it. I can't speak for the other two.
Yeah, ours is coming together. We haven't done any recording yet, but we've got the third person for ours, and so it's just getting our diaries together to actually get a recording done. But we will get there.
I'm gonna ask something on there. Dan, would you like to come join us in a future recording of Spirited Away on the House of Animation?
Oh, absolutely.
Dan's waiting for that.
The door is
Hayao
open.
Miyazaki is one of my absolute heroes.
Okay, because what we're going to do is, because we got a house style, you have to bring something to the house. So, some gift.
Oh, by the way, Dan, that suggestion, great pick.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely down for that episode. Okay, cool. So it's goodbye from me.
Bye from me.
Bye for me.
We always take care of our own.